This is an arrow rail cannon. Now you may be wondering, what does it do? Well, it is capable of dealing a devastating amount of damage to anything in the game. But Inferno, how is dealing an infinite amount of damage with an arrow even possible? I mean, normally they don't really do much damage. But the thing is, simply firing a bow won't allow an arrow to reach its maximum damage potential. And since arrows rely on their speed to deal damage, theoretically, if you use something like TNT to give it a huge boost, it could deal an infinite amount of damage. And today, I'm gonna be putting that to the test against the poor Ender Dragon. Now for this farm to work, I'm gonna need to kill the Ender Dragon at least once. But I haven't even found the stronghold, so we got a lot of work to do. That involves gathering blaze rods, ender pearls, finding the stronghold, let's go, and killing the Ender Dragon. After that, I had my sights set on the elytra, and I'll just let the clip speak for itself. Holy! What the f***? This is the luckiest spawn I've ever gotten. We spawned on a ship. Yes sir, don't mind if I do. Now it's time for stage 2, preparations. Alright, now that we got that out of the way, it's time to begin collecting the materials to actually build the arrow rail cannon. And as you can see, there's a load of stuff that we need to collect before actually building it. Like, I'm talking hundreds and even thousands of materials. So let's get to work. Alright, so we got 2 shulker boxes full of gravel and sand. And I also got a bunch of light grey dye from killing squids and gathering bone meal from the nether. And while I was there, I found this little guy. Oh, this guy! Isn't he part of the new update? I think it's called the dried ghast. Cheer up, little guy. You'll be hydrated in no time. Anyway, I continued crafting and gathering the light grey concrete.
A few moments later.
Yo! Oh my god, he's so cute! Coming with me now, buddy. Just put him up there. There we go. Alright, next up on the list is black stained glass. And I'm gonna need even more sand for this. So looks like I'm gonna have to destroy even more terrain. Bro, this machine better be good, I swear. Alright, that's black stained glass done. Now I'll collect all of the redstone materials, which includes redstone dust, powered rails, redstone repeaters, redstone lamps, redstone blocks, and redstone torches. Alright, so I ran into a big problem. So essentially, I ran out of gunpowder. And gunpowder is crucial because I need it for rockets and TNT. So I'm gonna have to build a creeper farm. And to build it, I'm gonna need a lot of stone. So it looks like we're headed back to our usual mining spot. Yo! There's even more this time. What the hell? I should really light this place up. Alright, this is taking a bit too long. I'm gonna go grab a beacon real quick. Alright, I got my looting sword. That's the first one. That's the second. That's the third. Alright, let's summon the Wither. Got my Smite 5 sword. That took a total of 10 seconds. As of the moment, I don't have enough blocks to make a full beacon, so... Alright, this is about to be the ugliest beacon you've ever seen. But it's fine cause I don't have an iron farm yet, so we're just gonna have to stick with this for now. Alright, that is the beacon. Complete. Oh wait, never mind. Oh crap. It is inside my house.
Technologia!
You know what, I'll just build it right here, at the back of the house. Alright, now it should work. Let's go. I'm gonna use a diamond, because I'm just that rich. And we're gonna get haste 2. Yes, sir. Alright, let's test it out.
Now super fast! Super mega fast!
Alright, that should be all the stone I need. Alright, so I'm thinking we just build it right here. That's enough talking. Roll the time lapse. Alright, that is the creeper farm complete. All that's left to do is to AFK for 1 hour and see how much gunpowder this thing can really produce.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Alright, it's been roughly an hour. Let's see the results. I only got about 1.5 stacks of gunpowder. That was a bit underwhelming. I was expecting a bit more. So as it turns out, my AFK platform was a bit too high, so the mobs couldn't spawn properly. So I just lowered it a bit, and it seems to be working just fine. Alright, now that we got the creeper farm out of the way, I think it's time to collect the other more challenging materials. And I'm starting off with sea lanterns because they're an absolute pain in the ass to collect. So I came up with a plan. My plan was to kill all 3 Elder Guardians to prevent me from ever getting mining fatigue. After that, I'm free to collect every single sea lantern the Ocean Monument has to offer. Here goes nothing. Alright, that should be all the Elder Guardians killed. Now I can collect all of these sponges and sea lanterns. I am out of here. So the next thing I collected were end rods. So I took to the end and started gathering them from end cities. But I wasted a good 30 minutes before I realized that you could actually craft them. So that was a huge waste of time.
Stupid!
Okay, so for this next one, I'm gonna need to collect some sticky pistons. So I'm gonna have to find a swamp. And I kid you not, this took me ages to find. I came across a pale garden before I reached a swamp. What is this place? Looks pretty scary. And that's not the only thing I came across. Melons! More melons. There's bamboo too. No way. You gotta be kidding me. Yo, this is the thing from the Minecraft movie. The chicken jockey arena. Gimme the totem. I'm about to die. I'm about to die. Anyway, back to business. Finally, a swamp. Alright, now we just gotta kill these slimes. So I just realized that I need around 230 something sticky pistons and 70 plus slime blocks. If my math is correct, I need around 14 stacks of slime balls. I only have 3 stacks.
Bruh.
This is gonna take forever.
2,000 years later.
Alright, that should be all the slime balls that we need. Next up are dead coral fans. So I'm just gonna head on over to a coral reef and mine some of these with my Silk Touch axe. Don't question why I have a Silk Touch axe. After that, I collected some spruce leaves, crafted some pistons, anvils, observers, and note blocks. After that, I used a stone cutter to cut some cobblestone into cobblestone walls. Alright, this should be the last one. Boom! And with that, we are done collecting all the materials to build the arrow rail cannon. Now it's time to begin stage 3, actually building the thing. And I feel like the happy gas will come in really handy because I can use it as a platform to build high above the end. So to start, I'm gonna load my schematic with a mod called Lightmatica. So basically, this is just a guide for me to know where to place the blocks, and it will let me know if I'm doing anything wrong. So right now, I'm just gonna adjust it until it perfectly lines up with the end portal. And now I can pillar up. Alright, I think this is a good place to set up shop, and I'll begin building the bottom of the cannon. Alright, so to proceed to this next part of the build, I'm gonna need to obtain some headless pistons, which if you don't know can only be obtained by doing one of the most frame-perfect glitches in Minecraft. So I'm gonna have to actually lock in for this one, because I only have a limited amount of end crystals. Watch and learn from the Minecraft god himself.
Bruh.
Yes sir, we got the headless pistons. Now we can begin building the rest of the farm. Alright, so I got this thing going on right now. It looks pretty cool. I don't really know what I'm doing. But once I step through this tripwire, there's some cool stuff happening. I'll check in another bit. Alright, so this is the last layer of the farm that doesn't require TNT. So for this next layer, I have to be extra careful because one wrong move and this entire farm can blow up. So I just have to take note of that. Alright, so this is most of the farm complete. I just have to build these two wings and I should be good. But instead of boring you with another time lapse, I decided to make this little stop motion thing. Alright, so I'm done with the farm, and I've double checked everything, so fingers crossed, when we activate it later, nothing should go wrong. Spoiler alert, it went horribly wrong. So right now I'm gonna gather some end crystals in order to respawn the dragon. So we are now just about ready to respawn the ender dragon, so I'll just place these 3 crystals right here. But I won't place this last one, because if I do, it will immediately respawn and the machine won't work. So what I have to do is place a piece of obsidian right here, place a dirt right here, a piston. Now I can place this end crystal, and I have to activate the piston so that the dragon doesn't respawn just yet. There you go. As you can see, there's 4 end crystals. However, the dragon's not respawning. Alright, that should be the last of our final preparations. Now we can begin stage 4. Execution. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. I'm almost dead. What? Bro, the farm's just gone. The thing's just gone, but the dragon also got one-shotted. It's in shambles, dude. There's literally nothing left. Except this left wing. Oh well. It's for the content, am I right?